this stream live? Is this stream live? Is this stream live? Is this stream live? All right. Hello guys, and good afternoon. Good afternoon. The new week is here. So I wasn't trading yesterday, and I explained my reason for not trading yesterday. Um, I really didn't feel like I had a pending setup from the previous day, so I decided that I would take. I don't trade on Mondays if I do not have a setup, a pending setup. Okay, so let's see what we have in today's price action, and then we can determine which direction we will be trading during the New York session. Okay, so on gold, I will start on the weekly chart so that we can just break down this price action and then see what we can get from that price. Okay, so let's start off with a very clean chart. Let's start off with a clean chart, then we'll see what we have. So looking at this price action, I can see that last week we had a bearish week. It looks like a bullish candle, but in real sense, it is a bearish week. And why do I say so? Because we went to the upside and then we were able to respect this new week opening up from the previous week. Okay, so that NWOG is the one where price reacted from, and then it displaced back inside this range. And the fact that we were able to displace back inside this range is the reason that I am saying we had a bearish week. Okay, and this was both on gold and on silver. So that for me becomes some indication that price does not want to push higher. It has been getting a lot of resistance. So maybe the retracement that we wanted to see is over and price wants to continue with the displacement to the downside. So looking at it from that perspective, I go to the daily chart and now I want to see what is happening on the daily chart. Okay, so when I look at the daily chart, I can see that yesterday on Monday, we were able to open with this new week opening gap, which price is currently retesting. So I will mark that in the usual color, the NOG, the new week opening gap. So we have this new week opening up, which price is currently trading inside of, and now it is happening on both assets. So this one was smaller, but it's more visible on the 4-hour chart, which we will also visit. So we are doing this top down from the weekly to the daily, and then we'll go to the lower time frames where we'll see if we can get an entry for the 1-hour time frame. So yeah, as you can see on the 4-hour chart, we will continue to refine our new week opening gap until it fits perfectly uh, in that gap. So that is the 4-hour. That is how it looks on the 4-hour, the new week opening gap. And if you look at it from that perspective, like I have told you several times, whenever you see a gap has been traded into like this, so for example, we opened, gapped to the upside, and then price came and filled that gap completely. So if it respected this new week opening gap, then I would have been convinced that maybe we want to trade higher. But since we have filled it completely, then now I think the gears have changed and now we are looking at bearish price action. So when I look at it from that angle, I will strongly say that today I will be looking for sells in this price action. And the main reason is that new week opening up and the weekly analysis that I have explained. So what are my targets from the weekly chart? So as I have said, this is the weekly chart and we had a reaction from that NOG. So if that is the case, then I will look for my weekly targets on this chart and I will mark my first target as the previous week low. That will be my first target. Previous week low, that is where will be my first targets if I enter any short setups. So that is my first target. Additionally, we have this sell side liquidity in the form of other previous week's low. So they are really close to each other. So that's a strong sell side liquidity. And then I will also mark this one, the 38.36. Although we have been reacting from this order block, I think that it is time we break out of that range, because if you look at the daily chart, you'll notice that after we had this huge displacement to the downside, we have not been able to break outside of this. So our most obvious sell side liquidity pool is this area around here, 39.30, 39.64, and so forth. But you will have to understand that price is currently in a consolidation phase. After we got this displacement with this breakout structure to the downside, and then we have been unable to go any significant side, because as you can see, after this breakout structure, so I'm talking about this breakout structure here. I'm talking about this breakout structure. So after this breakout structure, you can see that price has been unable to go either side. We have not broken that low, and we have not broken any high to the upside, especially this intermediate high and this low. We have not been able to break structure to any side. We have just been breaking uh, internal highs and internal lows. So for example, this is an internal high, this is an internal low, this is an internal high, you see. So we are in a consolidation from this area here. So this is the low of that consolidation, and this is the high of that consolidation. So you have to be very aware of that. You have to be very aware that we are in a tight consolidation within this range. So I don't know for how long this will go on, but I will be trying to look for setups within that area. And I want you to notice that okay, so the way you need to trade a consolidation is that anytime price retests the equilibrium, you need to look for price to probably drop if you are in the upside. And then if price was coming from a discount and then it touches here, you expect it to bounce. And then if you are in a premium and then price touches the equilibrium of that consolidation zone, you expect it to bounce to the upside. Okay, so that is how you basically trade a consolidation. And because it's in a daily time frame, we can try and get some scalps off of it. So I'll be basically targeting 200 to 400 pips in each trade, and then we see if we can get to our weekly target of 1,000 to 1,500 trades. So this is the 4 hour time frame, and I will just skip it because the only thing I'm interested in there is that gap, the NWOG. So going to the 1 hour chart now to see if we can get a setup for the New York is where we will see that currently the 1 hour is breaking structure. So in 1 minute 30 seconds, we will have this break of structure, and we will have this break of structure to this side if it closes below that. So but even if it closes below this, then it will be equally good. So just a minute, I can't miss this call. Let me just pick up this call.